In the sprawling, neon-lit circus of modern media, where every tweet is a tightrope walk and every live stream a high-wire act, there's a peculiar kind of alchemy at play when voices like Destiny and Dr. Umar Johnson collide.
I'm going to stand with you, my brother.
Oh, no.
Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother, on one condition. I'm getting text messages from all over the African universe telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable.
Lang with a snow bunny.
I'm getting text messages telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable. I'm going to stand with Uncle Shay Shay on one condition. Uncle Shay Shay, no more snow bunnies after this scandal. If you cannot promise me that you will never seek the company of another snow bunny, I cannot stand with you. Uncle Shay Shay. Uncle Shay Shay. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one, but Uncle Shay Shay, no more bunnies after this. Can somebody confirm if he's being accused by snow bunnies or Afro Queens? Is Uncle Shannon being accused of snow bunnies or Afro Queens? Who can confirm? Does anybody know the race of Uncle Shay Shay's
We
accusers?
know.
Are they black or are they white? Are they black? Is this a rice bunny situation? Is this a
Jesus
snow bunny
Christ.
situation?
Rice bunnies?
Is this a sand bunny situation? Is this a salsa bunny situation?
Jesus. Dude, the Nation of Islam dudes, those black guys, with the crazy like black ribs, these guys are like professional race. They've got slurs that you've never even dreamed of before, okay? I'm envious. Okay, there are white men that will never possess the level of deep hatred and variety of racial hatred that some of these like weird Yakubian or anti-Yakubian stuff. Jesus. And for that, we say God bless him.
It's less a debate than a cultural vaudeville, a chaotic pas de deux where ideology, rhetoric, and raw charisma wrestle in the spotlight. The stage is set with Dr. Umar's bombastic defense of Shannon Sharpe, a former NFL star turned ESPN pundit now entangled in a $50 million lawsuit alleging attack abuse, a legal quagmire that's less a courtroom drama than a social media gladiator arena. Destiny, the Twitch-streaming philosopher king of online discourse, wades into this mess not with a sword, but with a scalpel, dissecting Dr. Umar's florid verbiage with the glee of a kid popping balloons at a carnival. The result is a spectacle that's equal parts hilarious and horrifying, a mirror held up to the fractured funhouse of race, celebrity, and accountability in 2025. Through a liberal lens, this isn't just a clash of personalities. It's a microcosm of how we talk, or fail to talk, about the things that divide us. Let's set the scene. Dr. Umar Johnson, the self-styled Pan-Africanist provocateur, takes to the digital pulpit with a sermon that's half support, half ultimatum for Shannon Sharpe. His words are a kaleidoscope of conviction and comedy, a rhetorical roller coaster that careens from brotherly solidarity to a fixation on the racial identity of Sharpe's accuser. It's a performance that could double as a stand-up set in a parallel universe where Malcolm X moonlighted as a shock jock. Destiny, ever the contrarian jester, doesn't just react, he deconstructs, zooming in on Umar's linguistic acrobatics with the precision of a linguist and the smirk of a late-night comedian. What emerges isn't just a critique of word choice, but a broader meditation on the absurdities of public discourse, where terms like snow bunny and rice bunny become both weapons and punchlines in a culture war that's as much about language as it is about truth. From a liberal perspective, this whole affair is a bittersweet comedy of errors, a reminder of how quickly sincerity curdles into spectacle. Dr. Umar's rhetoric is a masterclass in performative outrage, a verbal fireworks display that dazzles as much as it disorients. He's not just defending Sharpe, he's staging a one-man morality play, casting himself as the guardian of black solidarity while simultaneously policing Sharpe's romantic choices with the fervor of a Puritan preacher. His obsession with the snow bunny, a term that's equal parts slang and slur, dripping with racial and sexual baggage, is less about the specifics of the lawsuit and more about a broader cultural narrative. It's the kind of language that feels ripped from a 1970s blaxploitation flick, repurposed for the TikTok age, where every hot take is a potential viral hit. Destiny, in his reaction, doesn't just call out the absurdity of these terms. He revels in it, turning Umar's sermon into a linguistic piñata and swinging with abandon. What's fascinating and deeply telling is how this exchange lays bare the fault lines of liberal ideals in the digital age. Liberalism, at its core, is about the free exchange of ideas, the belief that truth emerges from the messy clash of perspectives. But when those perspectives are cloaked in inflammatory slang and delivered with the cadence of a revivalist preacher, the exchange starts to feel less like a debate and more like a cage match. Destiny's critique isn't just about Umar's words. It's about the way those words weaponize identity, turning a complex legal and moral issue into a racialized caricature. To a liberal observer, this is both a failure and an opportunity. A failure because it shows how easily discourse can devolve into tribal shouting matches, and an opportunity because it forces us to reckon with the power of language to shape or distort reality. Let's zoom out for a moment and consider the broader canvas. Shannon Sharpe, a man whose career has been a masterclass in reinvention, from gridiron hero to media maven, finds himself at the center of a storm that's less about evidence and more about optics. The allegations against him, filed by 20-year-old Gabriela Zuniga, are serious attack a $50 million lawsuit that's as much a financial gambit as a moral reckoning. The details are murky, as legal battles often are, but the public response is anything but. Social media, that great democratizer of outrage, has turned Sharpe's predicament into a Rorschach test for cultural anxieties. Dr. Umar's response is a case study in this, a blend of loyalty and judgment that's less about Sharpe's guilt or innocence and more about Umar's own brand of cultural gatekeeping. His insistence on no more snow bunnies isn't just a quip. It's a manifesto, a call to arms for a vision of black identity that's as rigid as it is theatrical. Destiny, for his part, doesn't let this slide. His reaction is less about Sharpe and more about the absurdity of Umar's lexical choices. Terms like snow bunny and rice bunny aren't just colorful, they're loaded, carrying centuries of racial and sexual baggage in a few syllables. Destiny's critique is a liberal's dream, a takedown that's both analytical and anarchic, poking holes in Umar's rhetoric while acknowledging its raw, unfiltered energy. There's a begrudging respect in his tone, a nod to the professional rips of Umar's verbal arsenal, but it's tempered by a clear-eyed recognition of how such language can derail meaningful conversation. To a liberal, this is the heart of the matter. Words matter, not just for what they say, but for how they frame the world. Umar's slang isn't just playful, it's a power play, a way of drawing lines in the sand and daring others to cross them. The comedy here, and it is comedic in its own warped way, lies in the sheer excess of it all. Umar's livestream is a performance of operatic proportions, a soliloquy that swings from righteous indignation to petty gossip with the ease of a seasoned showman. Destiny's reaction, meanwhile, is the heckler in the front row, tossing peanuts and shouting one-liners that are as incisive as they are irreverent. It's a dynamic that's quintessentially 2025, where every controversy is a livestream waiting to happen, and every livestream is a chance to go viral. From a liberal perspective, this is both exhilarating and exhausting. Exhilarating because it shows the raw vitality of free speech, the way ideas can clash and spark in real time. Exhausting because it reminds us how quickly those sparks can ignite a dumpster fire. Let's linger on the language itself, because that's where Destiny's critique and the liberal lens finds its sharpest focus. Humor's use of snow bunny isn't just a quirky turn of phrase, it's a cultural artifact, a term that's been floating around black vernacular for decades, often used to describe white women in a way that's both affectionate and derogatory. Its cousin, rice bunny, is a newer invention, a nod to Asian women that's equally fraught. Destiny's reaction isn't just about the words themselves, but about their implications. The way they reduce complex human beings to racial caricatures, the way they turn a serious allegation into a sideshow. To a liberal, this is a red flag, a reminder that language can be a tool of liberation or oppression, depending on how it's wielded. Humor's rhetoric, for all its bravado, risks trivializing the very issues he claims to champion, turning a conversation about accountability into a referendum on racial purity. And yet, there's something undeniably magnetic about Umar's performance. He's not just a commentator, he's a ringmaster commanding attention with every syllable. His insistence on standing with Uncle Shay Shay is a masterstroke of branding, a way of aligning himself with Sharpe's celebrity while simultaneously setting himself above it. It's a move that's both generous and judgmental, a tightrope walk that Destiny can't help but admire, even as he skewers it. From a liberal perspective, this tension is the crux of the matter, the balance between solidarity and scrutiny, between supporting a public figure and holding them accountable. Umar's approach is to do both, but his reliance on inflammatory slang undermines the effort, turning a nuanced stance into a memorable soundbite. Destiny, by contrast, is all about the nuance, or at least as much nuance as you can muster in a Twitch chat that's moving at the speed of light. His reaction is a liberal's love letter to critical thinking, a reminder that words aren't just words, they're weapons, shields, and mirrors all at once. By zeroing in on Umar's slang, he's not just poking fun, he's asking us to consider what we're really saying when we talk about race, gender, and power. It's a question that resonates deeply in a liberal worldview, where the goal isn't just to win the argument, but to understand it. Destiny's critique, with its blend of humor and analysis, is a call to arms for a discourse that's as thoughtful as it is theatrical. But let's not kid ourselves. This is still a circus, and we're all buying tickets. The Sharpe saga, with its mix of legal drama, racial politics, and social media snark, is the kind of story that thrives in the attention economy. Umar's livestream is the main act, Destiny's reaction the sideshow, and the rest of us are the audience, popcorn in hand, waiting to see who lands the next punch. From a liberal perspective, this is both a feature and a bug of modern discourse. It's a feature because it shows the power of open dialogue, the way anyone with a webcam and a hot take can shape the conversation. It's a bug because it reminds us how easily that conversation can spiral into chaos, where the loudest voice often drowns out the most reasoned one.